Newham, East London. With the financial district in sight, this is a part of the capital where 1 in 25 people is currently classed as homeless. A major report published today by the charity Shelter lays bare the shocking reality of the problem, based on the latest available data from sources including the government, voluntary and social services. The studies found that London has the highest proportion of homelessness in the country, a fact that comes as little surprise to those working to tackle the issue.
Well, all London boroughs, Newham included, have faced massive cuts to their budgets from central government. Local government has faced the worst cuts of all that have been imposed as part of the government's austerity programme. So we need the government to reverse these cuts. We need the government to abandon their caps and cuts to welfare, and we need the government to properly fund genuinely affordable housing.
While this is the image most people think of when it comes to homelessness, the visible signs mask a much wider problem.
Well, rough sleeping is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to homelessness. You've got people who are living in temporary accommodation, people living in overcrowded conditions, and people who are hidden homeless, the people who are staying on friends' sofas. The solutions are in some ways complex, but in some ways they're easy. We need the government to reverse cuts to welfare. We need the government to properly fund affordable housing so that people have actually got places that they can afford to live in.
This summer, London Live News spoke to one young Londoner with first-hand experience of having no place to call home.
So I've been in hostels for about a couple of years and been homeless for a year. So when I see people in the street, I just think, how do you guys do it? Because at least I did have friends to stay with, even if it was in quads, somewhere a bit warmer. But it's awful, honestly. You can't afford anything.
There are calls for the government to take an ambitious new direction in tackling this issue. A spokesperson for the Department of Communities and Local Government has told us we are determined to tackle all forms of homelessness, which includes making sure people in temporary accommodation are getting support to keep a roof over their heads. We're investing £950 million by 2020 to support these efforts. We have also recently announced a £2 billion funding boost to build more social housing, including council homes. But those behind today's report say drastic action is needed immediately to tackle the growing crisis of homelessness in the capital.